So, a very good morning to one and all present here. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 1D. Myself, Gargi Kalra, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems, ICTIS 2024, Ahmedabad, India. The 8th International Conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was organized in Ahmedabad, India on 4th April 2024, and the virtual event is being organized through Zoom today, that is 5th of April 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the questions and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of this session, Dr. Rupali Mahajan. She is currently working as Associate Professor and Head Data Science Department and Associate Dean at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. She is a highly accomplished professional with a strong field, holding a total of 18 patents. Her research interests span various domains, including machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning. We gladly welcome you, ma'am. If you want to say a few words for the participants, then you can open to do so. Ma'am, you are not audible.
Now I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So good morning, everyone. I am truly honored to be serving as the session chair for today's conference, ICTIS 2024, the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems. It's a privilege to be among such esteemed colleagues and participants, and I am excited to facilitate our discussion presentation throughout this session. I thank you, ICTIS 2024 team, for providing me with this invaluable opportunity to serve as a session chair. And I am deeply grateful for the chance to contribute to the success of this prestigious conference and to be a part of such a dynamic and inspiring community. Thank you for entrusting with me for this responsibility. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words. So we should start with the presentations.
Yeah, ma'am.
So the first paper we have is a blockchain-based e-voting system integrating SHA 256, POW, and RSA encryption. And this will be presented by Tazeen Syed. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Hello everyone. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So my topic is a blockchain-based e-voting system integrating SHA-256, POW, and RSA encryption. The authors along with me are Arjuna Said, Falguni Takavle, Arti Madne, and Sanskriti Pawar. Okay. Okay. So the contents and these are the contents and agenda we will be looking today. And I'll directly start away with the introduction. So the objective of the e-voting system is to enhance the conventional electoral process through the application of blockchain technology and to use decentralized blockchain to establish a transparent and auditable voting mechanism. It is to enhance the existing e-voting system, adding voter anonymity to it, and by employing sophisticated authentication mechanisms that are powered by cryptographic primitives like RSA, we can identify the identity of voters and prevent unauthorized access to the voting system. Unlike traditional voting systems where auditing might be time-consuming and complex, blockchain e-voting systems create an indelible and auditable record of voting transactions. Okay, transparent audit and trace enhance the trust and accountability in the election process. This is a literature survey that we did. We actually took a literature survey of 20 papers, and the main highlights of these were that we found the first paper, Conceptual Architecture of Blockchain Solutions for E-Voting in Elections at University Level. This paper focused on creating an e-voting system using blockchain that was created using database tables and did not exactly implement Ethereum, blockchain, RSA, or any such technologies, which had its own security concerns and did not deliver and was limited in some concerns. Okay, and the other papers also had tried to implement transparent voting system using blockchain, but they've not exactly used RSA or SHA-256 for hashing or blockchain. So that was a literature survey. Then yeah, this is a research gap identified. The first research paper that we talked about, I just talked about that. And the second research paper implements e-voting using blockchain technology and smart contracts only. It does not make use of RSA or any such encryption algorithms. Okay, then the third research paper implements e-voting using Ethereum blockchain, contains smart contracts, truffle frameworks, MetaMask and Ganache, but still does not contain RSA encryption or digital signatures for that matter. Okay, and next is the motivation behind this. So, incorporating cryptographic techniques like SHA-256 ensures data integrity, making the system resistant to tampering and manipulation. Additionally, the use of smart contracts and consensus algorithms enables secure connections, secure authentication, and identity verification, safeguarding voter anonymity while verifying the validity of votes. The technical motivation behind this project is to develop an innovative e-voting solution that builds trust, enhances efficiency, and promotes a more inclusive and accountable democratic voting process through the transformative power of blockchain technology. Okay, the goals and objectives are the objective of this system of e-voting system is to enhance the conventional electoral process through the application of blockchain technology and to use a decentralized nature of blockchain to establish a transparent and auditable voting mechanism. By employing sophisticated authentication mechanisms which are powered by cryptographic primitives like RSA and digital signatures, we can verify the identity of voters and prevent unauthorized access to the voting system. And unlike traditional systems, where auditing might be time consuming and complex, blockchain based e voting systems create an indelible and auditable record of voting transactions. The transparent audit trail enhances trust and accountability in the election process. The scope of the project, the system scope extends to enhancing voter accessibility, minimizing fraudulent activities, and fostering public trust in electoral outcomes. We even realized that the project could be scaled from university level to other levels like the within city or within state and this thing. Okay. Next, the system requirements. We're using programming languages like Solidity, Truffle, Merge-Stack for our front end and back end. And the database is MongoDB and ID. These are IDs we are using, VS Code and Remix. And the blockchain platform would be Ethereum for this. And the blockchain wallet is MetaMask. The hardware requirements are processor is Intel i5 and above. i5 is the minimum requirement, and operating system Windows or Mac would be compatible with this, or Ubuntu also for that matter. And RAM, it should be minimum 4 GB or more. Okay, the system architecture. This is the system architecture is this is the system architecture, and the system architecture is a comprehensive process for our e-voting system that uses blockchain technology. Okay, the blockchain functions as a decentralized and tamper-proof ledger, recording transactions securely. It encompasses steps including user registration. This is the user registration, and many such activities. I'll be explaining the system architecture now. It starts with the user registering using his own credentials like voter ID and Aadhaar card, password, and then those are checked then in the database, and yeah. So after the user is once the user registers into the database and logins, next they have a page where they can select the elections, and here is where they enter the user key. This is user key, and they check the user key. User they I'm so sorry. There's an RSA algorithm involved here. Here is where, along with the user registration, we're generating a public key, okay, which and the system employs the RSA asymmetric encryption algorithm to verify the authenticity of the key provided. And the public key is generated and stored in the system along with the user details. And then the user logins. At that time, also the public key is used. Then they select the election, and that public key is verified again. It is checked, and if it is valid, then we can view the election page. And after the election page, once the voter casts a vote, we create a blockchain hash of that using SHA-256, and we store that blockchain hash into the blockchain database. And after that, the RSA and digital signature come in picture. Every vote that is submitted by a voter is encrypted using the RSA encryption algorithm. RSA employs a pair of keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption. This ensures that only the authorized parties with the private key can access and decipher the votes. Okay. Prior to casting a vote, the voter's selection is signed using their private key to create a digital signature. This unique signature acts as a tamper-proof identifier of the vote and safeguards against unauthorized modifications to the vote. Then and then finally we display the results using this. And the voter logic is written using the smart contracts, as well as the election tallying logic is written using the smart contracts. Okay, these are the modules involved in our system: voter and candidate registration module, where the voter and the candidate register using RSA and their login details.
Razeen, sorry to interrupt you,
Yes.
but your 8 minutes are almost done. So please conclude your presentation.
Okay. So these are the same modules that I've explained before. Then and the methodology used, we're using blockchain integration system development, which has a voter interface, administrative modules, and blockchain database. Voter authentication implements cryptographic keys using RSA. Okay, and then transaction validation and smart contracts for voter and candidate both. Okay, and evaluation and validation is last. And yeah, these are the three algorithms that we are using: Zcash hash algorithm 256 or SHA-256, and RSA cryptography algorithm, and smart contracts. Smart contracts will be the self-executing contract pieces of code that will automatically enforce the predefined rules and protocols. Okay, and the conclusion is the voting system project represents a significant leap forward in the world of democratic engagement and decision making. By harnessing this combination of blockchain technology, cryptographic algorithms like SHA-256 and RSA, and a user-friendly interface, the system has the potential to revolutionize the way of elections and voting processes which are being conducted. Okay, then the highlights of the system are that blockchain provides it, accessibility, security, and transparency. And to address some security concerns, we have tried, uh, we will be including penetration tests in this. Okay, the future works include the voting system can evolve by incorporating advanced blockchain technologies. We can add biometric authentication to it, which would even increase the security and make it more accessible. Okay, research and global adoption and improved accessibility of features will broaden its impact. The public awareness campaigns, legal compliance, and public-private partnerships are vital for its success. Uh, this was the presentation. Thank you. I'm done with the presentation.
A wonderful presentation. I have two questions.
Yes.
One is, as we know, there is problems of tampering or manipulation of votes in the system. So, what measures in your system or in your project you are taking care of to prevent all these things, to prevent tampering and manipulation of votes?
Yes, to do that, we are using blind signatures and receipt-free protocols, which would ensure that our system becomes robust and it is immune to these security attacks and sorry, the integrity of the vote is still there and they're not tampered with. And blockchain, as its own base, serves as a good platform to maintain this integrity. But to add more to it, we've also included blind signatures and receipt-free protocols.
Okay, nice. Um, and can you please tell me what are the key advantages of using blockchain-based e-voting system as compared to traditional paper-based or electronic voting system?
Yes, the current EVMs or the ballot voting process that we have used in past, there we have there the votes could have been manipulated, the votes could have been changed, there could be biases which could be involved. The authorities could be blamed for the entire process, even if regardless of whether it was their fault or not. So the current blockchain voting system actually provides integrity of votes. It highlights the main points, and like it secures your e-voting system, and it secures your e-voting system, and it provides you. It does not let you tamper. The blockchain technology does not let you tamper with the votes, and hence the authorities will also not be blamed by any way since the technology is structured that way, and the uh, as well as data integrity is maintained, and smart contracts and consensus algorithms enables the security authentication and identity. It also verifies identity, which was not there in our traditional systems. As there we could have multiple votes, we could have two votes from the same person in the ballot system, and in the EVMs as well, there were some loopholes which could be taken advantage of. Our blockchain system is an attempt to ensure that these loopholes are covered, and there's a secure e-voting system.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Yes, thank you.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is a review on sentiment analysis and opinion mining. And this will be presented by Umang Verma. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Good morning, ma'am. Uh, Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Umang Verma. I am doing MTech CSC from NIT Hamirpur. So I would like to give thanks to ICTIS to let me present my review paper on this conference. So my review paper is all about sentiment analysis and opinion mining. So so as considered the time restriction, I have kept the PPT short. So we all know what sentiment analysis is. So it's all about determining the emotional tone and determining the opinion of the holder about the subject. So it can be positive, negative, or neutral. So sentiment analysis come within the domain of NLP. So how you can explain NLP? NLP is like how the language is supposed to be spoken as per our formal rules. As
Sorry to disturb you. It is showing 20th slide.
okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, 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 okay. Sorry. Sorry. Hmm. Now, ma'am, introduction is on.
Yes, third slide. You can start.
So, NLP bridges the gap between how the language is supposed to be spoken as per our formal rules, as per grammar rules, as per syntax and syntaxical, and how it's actually used as in common languages, how it's used by the humans. So, So what's the purpose of sentiment analysis? So sentiment analysis mainly have three purposes. So one is classification of sentences into subjective and objective. So what is subjective statement? Subjective statement is which depends from person to person and how a person relates to the current scenario. And objective statement is some factual statement, or it can be have any true or false value. But a subjective statement cannot be mapped to a true or false value. And the second one is implicit language detection. So like sarcasm, humor, irony, these are some implicit communication uh, tokens which are present in day-to-day daily language conversation that can be identified using sentiment analysis. And the third one is aspect extraction, so breaking down the sentences into different aspects and giving each aspect a sentiment level, and then aggregating whole aspects to combinedly giving a sentiment score to the document. So mainly why as sentimentalities is important. So mainly it has three purposes. In any given review opinion, we have three things. One is subject, one is opinion holder, and one is what he or she has opinion about that object. So sentiment analysis helps in identifying all three major key elements in a sentence. So my paper contribution to the state of art is that I have analyzed all the existing approaches, and I have gone through a materialistic load through and how a materialistic algorithm can be used in sentiment analysis. So see, sentiment analysis is a whole big topic. So in sentimental analysis, I mainly focused on feature selection and features extraction. So when developing a classification model, basically a sentimental analysis model, identifying features means which words are important and which words are not so relatable in a data set is very important. So feature selection is the process to choose a subset from the original. So in conventional or the used to methods are filter approach and the wrapper approach. In filter approach that we have used in decision tree, like we use information gain and mutual information to find the attributes which are most likely to be ranked above than the others. And the wrapper approach is starting from a empty feature subset and then recursively including one by one other a new set till our till our accuracy becomes constant. So, and now the next is feature extraction. So considering any machine learning model, which is given input and which provide output. So in our case, we have binary classification. So it will provide one for positive and zero for negative. But the thing is, the machine learning algorithms cannot work on data directly. Needs to be given input as a some mathematical notations, as we have know in logistic regression or in any ML model. So for this, we need to convert our text into matrix of features, or we can say feature vectors. So there are two techniques. One is bag of words, and the other one is TF-IDF. So one is bag of words. So it basically what it does, it creates a vocabulary, and moving on that, per her as per each sentence, it assign one if if that word or token is present in the sentence, or zero if it's not. So what's the drawback? It cannot preserve the local ordering of words. We can't say like if good is as good is rated as better or not. And the n-grams can result in huge sparse matrix, means a matrix with a whole lot of zeros. And the other one is term frequency, inverse document frequency. So term frequency is how frequently a terms appear in the document, and inverse document frequency, how the term is rare or frequent across the document as compared to entire corpus, entire vocabulary. So this is all the formula, and mathematically TF-IDF is defined as a product of term frequency and inverse document frequency. So for literature survey, this is my literature survey. I have gone through from basic to real-time sentiment analysis to meta-heuristics, and uh, also including some SVM models. So my literacy survey also include this. This is distribution. First one is distribution as per the approaches. So we can see that in recent years, the lexicon-based approach for sentiment analysis is being used much. And now, in the past 2 years, the machine learning approaches are also being discussed more. And the other one is distribution by sources. So we can see that the web blogs used to be as a source is decreasing, but the social media used as source is increasing. And the third one is distribution of meta-heuristic optimization for feature selection. So we can see that the new algorithms like horse herd and cuckoo search is also being discussed, and the basic so-called particle swarm optimization and whale optimization are used very frequently. So what from all this literature survey, what's the finding I received? So I received that selecting and extracting feature is a vital step. So if we use our traditional feature extraction, uh, we get a huge high dimensional matrix that can be a sparse matrix. So it can be infeasible for large feature space. So so my motivation is to use PSO, which is a meta heuristic for this feature selection. So it helps in dimensional reduction, computation efficiency, and noise reduction. So this is the proposed approach. The first is data processing, which we clean our raw data, remove stop words, lambing, stabilization. The next one is feature construction, in which you can use back of words, but I better to use TF-IDF. The third is where I have used PSO. Uh, this is the main where I have used PSO for this feature selection. And the next step is sentiment classifier using any classifier like LSTM or your basic ANN. And the last step in this proposed approach is how you analyze your proposed approach to the conventional strategies that are being used. So what is
Ma'am,
PSO?
sorry to interrupt you. Your 8 minutes are almost done, so kindly conclude your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. So PSO is one of the nature inspired materialistic algorithm. So it basically gives an idea like when birds are flying in a group, a bird can profit from the experience of all other members. So here is basically the algorithm in which way in every iteration we use velocity update and position update to keep on changing the velocity and position of each particle. So this is the basically flowchart of PSO. So here we can see we initialize control parameters and randomly initialize position and velocities. And in each iteration, depending upon the fitness function, we keep on updating their position and velocities. So main thing of in a materialistic is fitness function. So for this, we use a fitness function that maximize the classification accuracy. So the fitness function that you can see is given on the screen. So we have to maximize this one. And so these are the phrases that I have been used for this review paper and this presentation. And thank you.
Nice presentation.
Thanks,
Am I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you please provide me, or can you please tell me some popular libraries or frameworks used for sentiment analysis?
Ma'am, main is that NLTK tool, NLP toolkit, and the other one is we use uh, word cloud for stop words, and the third one is for stemmer for stemming and lematizer.
Okay. So SPACY is more powerful than NLTK, I guess, because I used last time in my project and I
Which
had
one,
very
ma'am?
good experience. SPACY.
Let's see.
And one more question. In the sentiment analysis, what are the main challenges and limitations?
The
Uh,
main challenges about sentiment analysis. One is detection of irony and sarcasm. Let's consider an example like if someone has given a opinion on a movie like wow, what a movie, it's a waste of time. So if we look only as a unigram, the wow is considered as a positive word. But if we look at a whole sentence, it will be a negative sentence because it generally describing the negative opinion of the reviewer towards the movie. So like this sarcasm and irony are basic challenges to for sentiment analysis.
okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Thanks.
Let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is Empirical Machine Learning Algorithm for Diabetic Prediction. And this will be presented by R. Ranjani. You can share your screen and start the presentation. I think she is not available. So we should move to the next presentation. The next paper we have is Enhancing Network Security, a strategic SDN and genetic algorithm approach for countering DDoS attacks. And this will be presented by Kumbal Kalpana. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes. Hello? Am
Yes,
I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Yes. Very good morning to here all available here. My topic is enhancing network security with genetic algorithms approach for DDoS attacks.
Your screen is not visible.
Okay, just a minute. Now, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, this is the outline of my topic is there, objective algorithm used, literature survey, and results and conclusion. Uh, uh, Introduction of my topic is that in the information technology, it is having so many types of the attacks, and among that, it is in a very huge manner, DDoS attacks are there. Okay, and in the SDN, it can be possible to remove the DDoS attacks with the number of the techniques, and as we know that the SDN architecture is having the three planes, which is nothing but data plane, control plane, and application plane. And data plane is nothing but it is having some sort of the hardwares. Control plane is having the controllers and algorithms what we can run. And in the application layer, we can use it for the different applications. This is a literature survey. With the literature survey, it is comes to know that DDoS attacks is very means harmful for the different devices, and it can be removed with the help of some sort of the machine learning algorithms, also with the help of AI also, and with the help of genetic algorithm. One of the optimization technique is there, and due to this, it brings the attention to the scalability of the challenges faced by the conventional intrusion detection systems with the context of SDN centralized architecture. Therefore, and it is also can be with the in few literature survey, it comes to know that it can be possible to mitigate it with the help of entropy and dynamic threshold methods also. And with the DDoS attacks, it is data of the system get tampered, overwhelming of the volume of the traffic, rendering them unavailable for the legitimate users. And the DDoS attacker revolves around the resource consumption and the bandwidth reduction also, and resulting in a significant impact on the authority and performance of the target server. And the genetic algorithm is nothing but it is used here to detection of the DDoS attacks, which is happening at the some particular level. A genetic algorithm serves the as it is method of meta heuristic inspired by the nature selection method, and it is having some steps to use the genetic algorithm. First one is the initialization. In this initial phase, the multitude of the configuration and parameters are defined. Then fitness function is calculated. In the fitness function, it is a crucial thing actually, and it is evaluating with the help of some optimization there. And next step is a selection method, and the fitness value among the 10 individuals, suppose it is we are considering, and among that, the next step we have to select the particular chromosomes there. And the next method is a crossover method. In the crossover method, where whichever is the fitness function, which chromosome is having the higher fitness value, that can be crossover, and those will be selected for the further simplification methods. And next one is the next step is a mutation method. In the mutation phase, the genetic algorithm random changes are reproduced to genetic material of selected individual to promote the further diversity. So among these the steps, the optimization technique is used for detection of the DDoS attacks, and this is the methodology used here. It is showing here the different layers of the SDN. That is nothing but a data plane layer, control layer, and application layer. And in between, wherever the traffic in between the switch, it is wherever traffic is there, all the things are controlled by the controller. And control, we can provide some sort of the algorithms to detection and the mitigation of the attacks. And this is a general overview of the methodology which is implemented here. And as well as how these are connections are there, IP address and different ports. Actually, the data of that it is having with the controller. These are the results which I get from the things. That is with the help of genetic algorithm. This is a confusion matrix actually, normal traffic and the abnormal traffic. And if suppose the total packets are here, approximately 18,000 are there. Among that, with the help of genetic algorithm, it is possible to detect which packets are correctly detected. Those are nothing but 17193, and which are incorrectly detected, those are nothing but 1052. And among these traffics, abnormal traffic is 1725, and this is correctly detected as abnormal traffic. It is nothing but 1700 to 821. And for the comparison purpose, it is compared with the help of one of the method, that is PSO based clustering confusion matrix is shown here. With the help of this PSO, there is a less number of the packets are detected as a normal, and since those are normal, and among that it is detected as a abnormal as 1835, and among the total abnormal traffic here, the in this 16989 packets are detected as abnormal correctly. Okay, but as we have seen here, the method which is used with the help of genetic algorithm, it is correctly more number of the packets are detected as those are having the attacks and correctly detected. That's why with the comparison of the PSO, genetic algorithm will work better. Here I compare the accuracy of both the methods. Accuracy with the help of the genetic algorithm is approximately 96%, and which is 92% with the help of PSO. And recall of this is with this method is with the help of genetic algorithm, it is 92%, and with the help of PSO, it is 90%. Precision also, the precision and F1 score of this these are the better in genetic algorithm, which is nothing but 97%, and precision and 95% F1 square score is there. And as the comparison seen that, which is nothing but genetic algorithm is providing the good kind of the accuracy, precision, F1 score, and recall also as compared to the PSO method. And it can be implemented with the help of it can be implemented for the DDoS attacks. And this is positive rate confusion matrix is also calculated here with the help of that genetic algorithm, getting the better results as compared to the PSO. The conclusion of this is that with the help of the Kaggle dataset, which is applied over the software-defined network data, and after the pre-processing of the data, with the help of some machine learning techniques, the data is some few features from the data is can be selected, and it can be used for the further optimization to find out the DDoS attack detection. And here, the one of the method is nothing but genetic algorithm, which is having the 96% accuracy, which is better than other methods. Also, it is precision. Precision of this method is also 97%, and showing enhanced ability to provide the accurate results. And proposed genetic algorithm emerges as a robust solution for detecting and mitigating the traffic diversion attacks in SDN, showcasing its versatility and effectiveness in enhancing the network security. So, thank you everyone. This is my presentation. Actually, this is one of the technique which I am using in my PhD project. Uh, Other techniques than the genetic algorithm currently I am using here. Yes, madam. Is there any question?
Ma'am, excellent presentation, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, can you please tell me, are there any dashboards or software based any visualization tools so that we can monitor network traffic patterns or we can identify potential TDOS attacks, or we can track the effectiveness of these mitigation measures. Hello? Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay.
Kalpana, we can't hear you. Okay, I think there is some issue from your side. So, should we move to the next presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's move to the next paper, and it is multi-domain content generation using advanced machine learning techniques, and this will be presented by Prajwal. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Hello, ma'am. Can you please? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Good afternoon, whatever present here. So the title of my presentation is Multi-Domain Content Generation Using Advanced Machine Learning Techniques, and the authors amongst me are Divya Chadde, Shweta Padulkar, Manjari Dhavtode, and Mridula Gulade, ma'am. So the basic idea of our project is to create an AI which can be used to develop or generate videos, images, music, code, as well as the characters. It is an extended version where the expressive AI, where we have developed an expressive AI which can be used to replicate the true human nature as well as the personalities. It is improvised by latest machine learning and deep learning algorithm which allows humans to create other human personalities and expresses, opening doors to endless creativity. It is user-friendly interface which aims to democratize the creative process. The modules that are used in our project are conversation AI, code generation, image generation, video generation, music generation, as well as expressive AI. The technologies that we will use during our project are Next.js for backend and front-end development, React.js for the libraries and utilities, Prisma for providing query processing and automation, and providing abstraction and encapsulation to our databases. We use MySQL type of database, and for front-end design, we use Tailwind CSS, Cloud for authentication, and Spatial UI for our UI modules. Cloudinary for content managing, OpenAI and Replicate AI we use for datasets, Crisp for customer support, Python and Redis for vector database and memory segmentation. We also use LangChain for managing large level languages. The database we are used are Prisma and PlanetScale. Prisma is a type of ORM which provides the query optimization and automation in the database, while PlanetScale is a cloud-based database which provides MySQL type scalable performances. We have integrated the Prisma with MySQL and PlanetScale, which altogether provide us the opportunity to create seamless database interaction with the users in a type-safe manner, reducing the need of manual queries and providing a robust and efficient environment. The research paper that we have referred in order to develop our project are accuracy and fidelity comparison of Luna and DALL-E, diffusion-based immigration. It provides an improvement in DALL-E with superior performance in image to text alignment. And our second research paper works on code generation using GPT. It provides the expansion of data collection in multi-perspective analysis of ChatGPT. The third research paper is based on the conversation of ChatGPT, which explores the application and implication of chatbot in healthcare and education. The fourth paper describes the text-to-video conversation in which the GAN algorithm is used to provide and demonstrate the high quality natural looking videos. The code and conversation we use in code and conversation generation, we are use a GPT 3.5 transformer model which provides the autocomplete and syntax highlighting capabilities with NLP, and it has 96 to 10,024 tokens. The main difference between GPT 3.5 Turbo and GPT 3.5 is the difference is the parameters. GPT 3.5 has a lower parameter as compared to GPT 3.5, and the below given are the flowchart. The flowchart consists of the four main phases, that is tokenization and input encoding. In tokenization and input encoding, the input sequences undergoes tokenization to convert them into a numerical format. And in second phase, there is a transformer layer for contextual understanding, in which multiple transformer layers processes the input embeddings, and each layer contains self-attention mechanism for capturing contextual information. And the third phase consists of attention mechanism for long-range dependencies. Attention mechanism facilitates the model's ability to focus on relevant position of the input sequences. And the fourth phase consists of decoding and output generation. The decoder generates output embeddings, and the output tokens are sampled based on learn distribution. And our second module is the music generation. The AI music generation is a capability of a computer that learns from the songs and generates the total replica of the songs in a smart and creatively. We have used the diffusion model in order to develop our music generation model. Diffusion is a stable diffusion of real-time music generation, which consists of the workflow component, that is encoder for music presentation, vector quantization for discrete latent code, decoder for image generation, and sampling for latent space. The encoder for music representation is consists of the following steps, like images are processed through an encoder to extract hierarchical representation, and in second phase that encoder output is quantized into discrete code. And in third phase, the discrete latent codes are decoded into continuous embeddings. And in fourth, the sampling from the latent space allows for the generation of diverse music. This is the fine tuning screenshot of our model that we use to improve the stable diffusion in music. We have used the GAN generative adversarial network to develop our video generation as well as image generation. In this model, what actually happens is GAN consists of two models, that is discriminator and generator. Generator is used to create a fake examples, fake input vectors, and the discriminator is used to classify where the information sent by generator is real and fakes. The domain gives gives a real example like a flower image, and generator creates a fake example of a flower, suppose, and it directly send it to the discriminator, and the discriminator will try to recognize if the following image is real or fake. If the image is real, if it able to capture that the image is fake, then the generator model has to update its component. And if the image is real, then the discriminator model has to update its model. In such a way, the process takes place, and in the level where the generator model generates an images that cannot be recognized by the discriminator model, if it is real example or the fake example, then the generator model directly send that image to the client side for further processing. In image generation, the image generation consists of the creating digital images from scratch using computer algorithms and techniques. In this process, we are using the DALI model for creating our music generation. In this process, there are four phases in order to generate the image generation using DALI, that is encoder for image representation, vector quantization for discrete latent, decoder for image generation, and sampling for latent space. In encoder, we have to actually extract the hierarchical representation of the image using convolutional neural network. In second phase, the vector quantization for discrete latent codes takes
Rajwal,
place.
sorry to
The
interrupt you. Your 8 minutes are almost done, so please conclude your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, so in the last phase of the music generation, the sampling of the latent space takes place. In sampling, the latent space allows the generation of diverse image. Random samples are drawn from the latent space to explore different regions. This step ensures creativity and diversity in the generated images. In video generation, we have used the GAN model to extract the real-world images from the text. We have used the Gyroscope V2 model. It is an open source text model, and it helps us to generate the videos of about 10 to 20 seconds. This model is open source, so we have an opportunity to fine tune and enhance the model. It is used to generate the high quality composition and a smooth video output. The model has been trained on a publicly available dataset to replicate various video content and styles. The last module of our presentation is expressive AI. In this AI, the user can use to create his personalized bot or a character that he wants to customize for his personal well-being. It can be used for the therapy, mental health, and educational purpose. This character leverages latest AI models like Llama and OpenAI, and it helps to adapt according to the preference of the users. It contributes to be more personalized and positive learning environment. It plays a key role in promoting the well-being of offering guidance, encouragement, and adaptive learning. The model is developed using Llama and OpenAI. Llama is a really written model that is developed by Meta. It has a 13 billion of parameters from Hugging Face and Kaggle. The Llama models excel in dialogue application and others have undergone fine-tuning to meet human standards for helpfulness and safety. The Llama 2 models uses encodings, contextual embeddings and encodings from ChatGPT for better vector representation. This is the basic workflow of our project, in which we can see the clerk authentication, in which our project is divided into two parts, that is the expressive AI, and that is the four modules, conversation AI, code generation, image generation, music generation, and video generation. Later, we have customized the API by limiting it to the certain users, and we have created the limitations on the client side. After that, we have created a SaaS app that will be used to capitalize on the models and provide a limited amount of UI, AI generation. And later we have developed a landing page. We have integrated all the both of the models to a Stripe payment gateway. And for customers support and error handling, we have used Clerk and Chris. And we have deployed our project over version. So this is the following fine tuning of our project. What we have learned so far is while developing our project, the learning rate of GPT 3.5 was 0.1 and the accuracy was 95%. The epochs of our AI model was 10,000. That means the total generation that the AI model used almost about 10,000 datasets in order to generate one prompt in a cycle. And it used total of about 512 max tokens and 1024 max output tokens. And you can see the same thing with other AI models. The future scope of our project is we can also integrate it with the voice-to-voice AI, voice-to-voice AI generation that marks emotions and significant evaluation with user engagement. It enhances our AI language capabilities by integrating multi-language support and domain-specific language. It also helps us to develop personalized language models that adapt to individual users' communication styles. The limitations is that we need a high hardware and computer systems and softwares in order to get quick and scalable responses from the AI. Apart from this, there can be a legal and copyright concerns of what the datasets we are using. We have to take the datasets that are permitted by the owners, and we have to and there are concerns about the data biases and ethical use of our project. In conclusion, our final year project represent the significant advancement in the field of AI and creativity. We have developed AI that help us to produce multiple domains of AI generation like image, video, and images, and it also showcases the artistic capabilities embedded in our creation. what our project is noteworthy is that it has the ability to mimic and even surpass human-like creativity. And this AI is not confined to a single domain. It can be used to compose music, songs, as well as coding algorithms. These are the following references of our project. And thank you. I am available to answer any queries raised by you.
Nice.
Hello?
Yeah, nice presentation and interesting topic also. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
in your flowchart, the last third slide, you have already mentioned how the multi-domain contents are generated. Okay, just let me know the software frameworks or any machine
Yes,
learning
yes.
advanced techniques that can be used for generation of multi-domain content.
So, ma'am, we have used GAN for music generation as well as, for image generation as well as video generation. And for gyroscope, we have used uh, music generation, and stable diffusion we have used for the expressive AI. And for conversation and code generation, we found GPT 3.5 and other transformers models to be more preferred in order to generate code and conversation generation. Hello?
Yes, yes. Okay, okay, fine. And suppose, okay, once the multi-domain content is generated, okay, by using
Yes.
as per the advanced machine learning techniques. So, how you recommend for the training and fine-tuning machine learning models? How you will
Actually,
train the machine learning models as there are different types of contents?
yes. Actually, we have different modules and we have also integrated different routes for fine tuning these modules. We have given a link of the portal where the users can able to generate different models as per the need, like replicate AI portal and Open AI portal have have been given the link to generate the for fine tuning of our AI modules.
Oh, fine, nice.
Okay, ma'am. Can I stop the presentation? Hello?
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you,
Hello,
ma'am.
madam. I was disconnected.
Let's move.
Yes.
Yes, Kalpana.
Hello.
Yes.
I was disconnected because of the internet connection. You was asking me regarding if it is possible to see the virtually the network flowing and monitoring of the network. Yes, it is possible. As I am using here the floodlight controller, one of the controller from the SDN, and with the virtual machines and some virtual boxes with the help of Mininet and Mini Edit, it is possible to see on the floodlight platform that we able to see the network all the features there and how the data is transferring and how data attacks are there and all these things.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, yes. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. Let's move to the next presentation. So the next paper we have is Trojan-based architectural style transfer, cross-cultural adaptation of Indian architecture. And this will be presented by Kavya. Kavya, you can share your screen and start the presentation.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Hello?
please
Yeah.
continue.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So I'm Kavyashri Kamari. Currently, I'm pursuing my second year of engineering at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. So the recent work of us, me and our team, Aishwarya, Sharanya, and our mentor, Dr. Manju Khanna ma'am. So this is our recent project, a cross adaptation of Indian culture with the usage of programs. So in this session, I'll be speaking about the problem statement and the introduction, literature survey methodology, and the results we have obtained from our work, as well as the conclusion and the future scope of our research work. So coming to the problem statements. So in the domain of architecture, especially the computational methods like AI, generative AI, these have fallen short for the capturing the features of the architecture, especially the Indian architecture. We have a lot of architectures like in the north, south, eastern. There are different type of architectures. So digitally representing them has been a lot of work, and it's been very hard for any computational model. So here we wanted to start with GANs. So as generative AI, as in the generative AI domain, GANs are very popular, as we seen in the last presentation also. So even GANs have fallen short, and there are few surveys and research works that have told that GANs are also a little bit not so good with coming with the architecture. So our work will be purely based on how GANs can be fine tuned for the architecture. So coming to our project, so we have two motivations. So first of all, we have when we are actually working on generative AI. So one few months back, we have randomly typing out about the architecture in generative AI, but the result we have got was the prompt was it was giving please represent the traffic of the India. So what it was represented was a Taj Mahal in between the road. So this we have concluded that AI is incapable of representing architecture very well. So here we wanted to step in this domain and do a little bit of literature survey. So and the other motivation was, we know that a lot of universities from our culture, like Nalanda University, was being destroyed. And this university's architecture represent a lot of stability, efficient of usage of many architectures. So representing them and reconstructing them was a hard task for any archaeologist. So how can a computational method, especially AI, can help in this domain? That's what we wanted to start with this research work. So our literature, coming to our literature survey, we have studied numerous papers, around 20. So here we have we got that many of the deep learning methods have used in for the generation of images, especially GANs. So in two of the papers, especially on Indian architecture, we have concluded that they have fallen short to represent the Indian architecture. And one of the main gap was the huge computation efficiency, as well as the time complexity it is taking. So here for a normal GAN model to represent, to generate the images, as well as to take to learn the features from the data set, it takes a lot of time, especially for a normal GAN. To learn on the face features itself, it takes around 30 days. So it is a huge training process to accomplish the architecture's features. So here we found this gap, as well as many GANs like a DC GAN, cycle GAN, style GAN has fallen short. This was one of a huge gap we have found. Coming to our methodology, so we have collected the data of the architectures, mainly 24 classes, like Taj Mahal, Alai Minar, India Gate, Gateway of India. There are 24 classes and 24 architectures from Kaggle. So our main goal and architecture was shown in this slide. First of all, we'll be generating a few images of the architectures and classify them and restoration. So the main goal of this project was restoration of any architecture. So if it is slightly destroyed, or any of Nalanda University, if it is given a little bit of structure, how can it reconstruct and generate the images? Whereas coming to the agents, in the AI agents are is the crucial part. So communication between the models, input and output agents are efficient way of the conveying. So how can agents can be used in GANs? This was one of our another work in this research paper. So coming to the models, we have used a ProGAN model. So first of all, why GAN? Because and not any deep learning model like CNN used for generation also. And why we chose GAN over all other structures? Because it represents the global structure and not the local feature structures or anything. So for this, we have chose that GAN can represent the global structure. Let's assume I'm an archaeologist, so I want to reconstruct some of architecture. So first I look into the base, right? So the same way we wanted to create the base for the restoration. So that is why we started with the generation of images and training of the data. So why ProGAN and not any other GAN like DC GAN, C GAN versus 10 GAN and all of this? Because we need a resoluted images. So in the ProGAN especially, it will start from the resolution and it captures the features in that resolution and keeps on going to the next resolution. So that is why we have chosen the ProGAN. And coming to the ProGAN architecture, so the architecture we followed overall was this. So first of all, we have two main architectures, which is generator and the discriminator. So first of all, will be the generator will be generating the images. So here we used a loss function of a gradient penalty, and whereas this generator images will be sent to discriminator along the real samples. The loss function we have used, especially with this discriminator, was critic loss. So the gradient penalty used for to see how close the generated image with the the real image. So that is why we have used. Whereas the critic loss finds the difference the generated image with the real sample, whereas the generator sees the previous generated image and the current generated image. So the closeness between that is represented by the gradient penalty. So coming to this was a GAN architecture we have followed. Coming to the progressive GAN, so first of all, the training training process goes with the dimension of 4x4. So we started a random sample from 4x4 to we have went to 128x128. So we have talked to few specialists in the GANs, and they have told to generate a 128x128 dimensionality takes around almost 30 days for training. So this is a huge computational cost. So for this, we have chose this specific two losses with the ProGAN. So ProGAN itself is a fast architecture to generate images.
Could you please conclude your presentation? Your 8 minutes are almost over.
Yeah, sure. So we have chose the critic clause as well as gradient penalty to fasten the process, as well as as we know that ProGAN is more faster, including this. The our model architecture became more faster. So we have used restoration. For the restoration, we have used VGG16. This is to validate our generated models. Even for the classification, we have used EfficientNet. So coming to the agents, we have used agents for the communication of models more efficiently than any of the normal rule processed commands. So the agent flow chart can be seen here. So first of all, we will be generating an image, and if image and agents are used in the classification as well as in the restoration process. So after generating the generated particular image will be gone to the classification, and using agents will be getting the output even in the restoration process. So coming to the results and discussions, so for our model, we have got critic loss of minus 79. So it has shown that a lot of training process has been very good from the zero. So our loss process goes from zero. If it is increases above the zero, so the training process is not happening and the divergence is happening. So it shows a negative, and as well as we have done 2000 epochs, around 15 hours of training. So it has shown the 79 of the critical loss. So here we can see that it has a huge training process, and we have got average results, but it is in a good training time. So coming to the gradient penalty, we have got 2.8. So it is shown that the generator is capable of generating the images. So important observations was we have got 99% of training accuracy, and as well as testing accuracy while testing on our program images, program generated images. So coming to the conclusion, we have seen that in the literature survey, we have seen that GANs were not capable of architecture, but with the help of pro GANs, with the losses of the Wasserstein GAN, we were able to make the computational cost a little bit less. So talking with archaeologists in our college, and as well as the GAN professors, we have concluded that our training process and the results we have got was more accurate, and the average results for this particular images were need to be around 20 days, but we have got this under the 15 hours. So this is our major observation and the result from the research work. In the future scope, we are trying to focus on pure restoration of the Indian architecture. So if we go for each architecture, we are trying to use ProGAN, as we concluded that ProGAN is more efficient than any another GANs. So this is a future scope. Thank you. So is there any questions for?
Nice presentation, Kavya.
Thank you.
You are in second year of engineering, right?
Yes.
As you
Yeah.
mentioned, your work is really appreciable. And at the second year, at this age, you are using generative AI and these advanced techniques. Really very appreciable.
Thank you.
Okay.
It is
Okay, let me
purely for
know.
our team too. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Even my team members have contributed a lot. So it is a
Yeah,
teamwork.
yeah, I'm congratulating to your team and your mentor also,
Thank you.
obviously. So, what data sets or sources were you used to train the program model for Indian
So
architectural styles transfer?
So we have used the dataset collected from the Kaggle itself. It has around 20,000 images. So around 24 architectures. So we wanted to create a base level for the program. So to learn about the features of the architecture. So that is why we have started with the current existing architectures. Whereas the program, we have used our GPUs itself to train. So we have a GPU of RTX 4050. So we have used that one to train to use for the training process. So even that has contributed for us.
Great, nice. And can you please just tell me, are there any opportunities for future research or any extension in the context of preserving cultural diversity in architectures?
Yes, yes. So especially we have been working with an archaeologist. So there is a base level. So until now, there are archaeologists working on the structures of the architectures, but AI can't like really learn about the architectures. So incorporating those structures into the generative AI, it is a good approach. So that is our future work.
Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations
Thank you.
and keep it up.
Thank you.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay, thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next paper. And it is Recurrent Neural Networks for Chatbot Excellence, Examining the Power of LSTM Architecture. And this will be presented by Santosh K. Meher. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Sure, madam. My screen is visible, madam.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Santosh Maher. I am today presenting my research paper. Title is Recurrent Neural Network for Chatbot Excellence and Examining the Power of LSTM Architecture. My paper ID is 355, and the other authors also contributed in this paper. So today I am presenting this in front of you. So these are my outlines, content. So I'll go through the introduction, objective part, then I'll cover some literature review, process flow diagram, and some result discussion, and then conclusion, future work. So in introduction, so chatbot are the powered program designed to simulate the human conversation, like in the form of the text and voice. Just nowadays, the Alexa or the Google Assistant nowadays are working. So it's kind of the chatbot or software that can be it can be mimic the human conversion into readable format into the system layer. So there are a lot of chatbots available in the market. So nowadays are engaging to the business and 24/7 are working. So and it's helping to industry to grow the revenue and production. So no need to the human involved in any system. It's working 24/7. So a lot of chatbots are available in market, business, telecommunication, healthcare, and every industry are nowadays are engaging chatbot. So in term of the chatbot development, there is three techniques come into the picture. First one is natural language processing, which is in deep learning based concept architecture. It's now kind of the RNN architecture. So in NLP, to understand the user query and provide the relevant responses using the natural language processing, because computer now understanding that the binary kind of the numbering system. But if suddenly if you give the text, it can be taking a lot of times to do. So NLP is one of the things do we can directly process our text into readable format. The system can understand and accordingly predict the response. So these are the components of chatbot, like natural language understanding, dialogue management, natural language generation, integration. In NLU, natural language generation, uh, uh, see it will be can check the what exactly the user are speaking, like intent, entity, context, and based on that intent, the system can understand what exactly he want, and accordingly to the response will be generated. So dialogue management, how dialogues are coming. If someone asking in very positive way, like good morning, good afternoon, it will we can generate the greetings. Generation also, the natural language generation will generate the sentences based on the input context. Then integration also one of part. When the complete system is designed, then we can integrate in our platform and of websites, WhatsApp and Slack and other channels as well as. So there are so many different types chatbots in market, but there is three category which is in coming to that the category. So one is rule based, second retrieval, and third generative. In rule based, we can just define the question answer. It will be generate the one by one. It cannot understand in between. If you interrupt to the chatbot, it's miss the flow. That is rule based chatbot. Then retrieval. So I have the question answer based on the first question, second answer, first second question, third answer. It will be give best. But in generative, nowadays the chat GPT is coming to the picture. So it can generate the itself and give the responses in the form of text. So and voice also in come into the picture, like ASR, automatic speech recognition. Then it can be also help to understand the spoken words and convert into the text, and text perform to the process to the model can understand the voice, and based on that it will be generate the responses that things. So it's already explained. So another thing in deep natural language processing, one of the technique which I use for in this my research project, which is deep natural language processing. It's kind of the combined with the deep learning chatbot development and enhancing their understanding and generation like a human like responses across the text and voice based interactions. These are the history. So 1950 first Turing test was happened. Then Eliza come to into the picture. Then Perry, then Javari, and then Alice. So these are the history of chatbots. And now 2020 Chat GPT and 2023 it Chat GPT 1 or 2 or 3 or other Gemini, and all these are nowadays are booming market. So these are my objective of research to develop the general purpose conversational chatbot, to design the chatbot using deep natural language processing, make intelligent to understand the inputs and generate the output, and do the kind of the integration based on the chatbot API to do the kind of the virtual assistant base, and it will be generate the conversation chatbot. These are the my literature review which I gone through before starting my work. So the Peng J1 2014 used the LSTM long short-term memory and recurrent neural network. It's getting 88% accuracy. So other authors researchers also use different equipment like RNN and recurrent neural, deep fusion, ANOVA, baseline methods, and other techniques as well as. This is my process flow diagram. So data collection, pre-processing, feature extraction, model selection, and art. In data collection, we have the collected local recommendation data like shopkeepers, location, name, address, and the other things. Just like nowadays, Just Dial are doing. It's collecting information. If you ask something information, it will be give you the suddenly, okay, this is the address, this is the location, this is the phone number. Such kind of the data we have collected from the visit to the office, and as well as help to the Google to collect the some data. Then we do the pre-processing using the NLP like steaming, lemmatization, bag of word, tokenization, and all these things. NLP complete pipeline. Then we do the feature extraction. We go with the TF IDF, word embedding, word to vector, other feature extraction also technique we have used. Then we select the sequence to sequence model building, and evaluate the result. So in data collection, I already mentioned owner name, address, and content numbers. These are the categories we have data. So total size of data is 5,000. So 20 categories data we have: hospital, education, corporate, technology, and others. These are the pre-processing text cleaning I have used. Beginning of Sundays, end of segment to decode the inputs. Then padding also I am doing to how the chatbot can handle the long sequences in when we asking something question. Then word embedding also one of technique we have used to do the word embedding dimension to check out the input vectors. These are the RNN recurrent neural network sequence to sequence model. The first one, it's a forward neural simple neural network. It's input to the direct output. If we use the recurrent neural network, because LSTM have the capability to store the long short term memory and predict the accordingly. But RNN have a drawback. RNN facing the
Santosh, sorry to interrupt you. It's almost 8 minutes. Could you please?
Okay, I'm just concluding. These
Okay.
are the RNN LSTM for gate set, the input gate and output gates I have used to build the chatbot to understand the long sentences and generate the future sentences. These are the encoder decoder architecture which is I'm gone through the LSTM. This is the model selection. I have a used sequential model. This is my accuracy. This is the deep natural language processing sequence to sequence. So I got a 94.6% accuracy, loss with 5.94%, and training step for each. So 12,000 and 1,23,000, and which is in particular in one step to 1.03. This is the formula accuracy which I calculated from percentage. Correct the during the training, and then loss accuracy, the loss during the training, and the correctly predicted the confusion matter is shown actually is 4,703, and incorrectly predicted 297. So based on that, accuracy is 94.0 and the loss 5.94. So finally, conclusion, we have developed the robot chatbot system, emphasized the multiplication attention model selection, data processing, and data evaluation. Then implemented deep neural network and sequence to sequence model has resulted in exceptional accuracy, generating the contextual relevant response. And we have trained the 5,000, collect the 5,000 data set, and training for 80-20 theorem we have used. One for additionally we tested on our data, and we get the 94% accuracy and lost 5.9% accuracy. So this is the correctly prediction. Out of 5,000, we correctly predicted 4,703, and we get the good achievement in this based on the techniques. This is my future scope. We can directly use for expansion and innovation chatbot to the opportunities to innovation some sectors like telecom communication, e-commerce, banking, healthcare, and then transport. We can use then leveraging with other techniques, continual technologies advancement, growing in advancement in technologies platform. Then we can also use to help chatbot to enhance the user experience, and also reliable for potential customer engagement and streamline operation. So that are the future scope. These are my references. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, nice presentation.
Thank you, madam.
In your project, can you incorporate user feedbacks or user interaction data to improve the performance of these LSTM based chatbots?
Yes, madam. We have tested on our prototype model, and we engage with on that, and we get the good feedback from the customers. So when we asking something question related to the health related, so my chatbot can also understand the health related query, and based on the health questions, it will be triggered to the health category, and it will generate the health related information. So that one also good. Command we have done, and our bot also enabled to do the kind of complicated situation and handling the kind of scenario. So
Okay.
yeah.
And to improve the responsiveness and accuracy, uh, could you discuss or could you suggest any specific optimizations or enhancement in the LSTM based chatbots? Do you think it is required or
Yes, lot of yes, we have required, because the if the chatbot have a long sequential generation, if I give the long input sentence, the LSTM or the architecture sometimes fail. It cannot understand the context. So yes, we definitely do the optimization. We need to check out the dropout layers, and also we check the LSTM network, and we can also advance LSTM. We can use GAN as well as. So it could be better result. As compared to this basic LSTM forward network.
okay? So there are various other architectures are available or traditional rule-based chatbots are also available. But in your project, how do you measure the performance and effectiveness of the chatbot?
So actually we tested 1000 like samples, and 1000 out of, so we get kind of 80 95% is overall, but 80% we have accurately, means how the exactly response are coming. Suppose we have the log, we contain the log. So if the chatbot failed or cannot understand, it will miss the flow. So definitely we track, okay, this is the flow we miss, and the chatbot cannot understand this is the in-text or context content from that particular. So that is the classification we have a measure, and based on the classification measure, which we see, okay, word recognition rate as well as the other technique also we have observed. So based on that method, we can say, okay, this is the chatbot, it giving the good accuracy, but sometimes it failed. So that is the explainable AI. We are working on that currently.
Okay, very good, nice.
Thank you, madam.
Anyone else having any questions? Okay. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, madam.
Let's move to the next one. And the next paper we have is Seamless Service Reservation System for Travelers. And this will be presented by Merin Dixon. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. Let me share the screen. So, good afternoon, ma'am. We're representing for the title Seamless Service Reservation System for Travelers. And my paper ID is 328. I'm myself Marin. And my co-authors are Diana, Alvin, and Mohammed Farhan. And these are all the contents which are included in my presentation. That is abstract, introduction, and the literature review, architecture, result, conclusions. So about the abstract. So the main objective of this project is to ensure the security network continuity for the business and critical infrastructure success, and also to increase the user adoption and improve this booking conversion rate and expand service provider, and also to personalization and recommendation effectiveness. So, as the name suggests, that it is an application that can intelligently identify the user's likes and dislikes, as well as the time frame in which the user is willing to explore. So, the places and allocate time to it. It has been in the form of a surprising multi-way usage time. And also the system is basically made to help new travelers in the city or anyone who wants to explore the city in real time. And the system integrates Google Map API to retrieve locations based informations. And also if the user specifies to traveler from one source to destination, the system will analyze the distance of the best possible path and also calculate the time to cover that distance. And also the system can make suggestions for best restaurants on each peak time, like for lunch or dinner, etc. So next is about the introduction. As the world changes towards a digital environmental, the most of the people prefer to choose the best way to make their work effortless. So most people go to many unknown places, and it find difficult for them to find the schools or any hospitals, temples, ATMs, or any other places. So even users take help from people's respectively. So sometimes where there is no one around to ask for help, it will be difficult for the user to reach the locations. So unfortunately, it may end up in a place he does not want because he does not understand the road or cannot understand a foreign languages. So to solve this problem, with the help of technologies, an Android application was created. Therefore, where when the user visit a place, he does not know he can reach that place without difficulty. So global positioning system, that is GPS, is the main feature of the travel sequence Android application. This app requires user to specify their locations and destination. So it can provide them with a desired location and easily direct the user to their desired location. So the main goal of the project is to create an easy to use applications that direct user to the content they are interested in. So this will allow the user to find the places such as nearby restaurants according to their traveling speeds in real time. And so our next is about the literature review. So the first one we are going to discuss is about travelers seek particular experiences and convenience when booking hotel online. And the second we are going to discuss is impact of computer reservation system on travel agency operations. And third is about the integrated reservation systems employed by a travel agency company. Okay. Impact of computer reservation systems on travel agency operations. So this study assesses the impact of the computer reservation system in travel agencies on technical, humans, and financial aspects. And also this Abacus system universally used in while GDS like Amandas and Sabo widely in Australia and New Zealand. And the global distribution system facilitates the information exchanges in travel industry and facing collaboration between the industries and academic researchers. And CRS system serve logistical functions evolving with technology advancements and into the transaction influences. Next is about the travelers seek particular experiences and convenience when booking hotels online. Travelers prefer personalized accommodations and diverse activities, leading to the rise of travel agents. Survey conducted at Penang International Airport, Malaysia, universe factors influencing the use of OTAs for the hotel bookings. Significant factors include room facilities, star rating, prices, etc. And hotel must offer variant services and amenities to align with travel preferences. OTAs dominate hotel bookings trends globally, facilitated by the internet evolution. Increased internet usage prompts travel agents to modernize business method for online booking. Next is about the integrated reservation system employed by a travel agency company. Internet technology revolutionized tourism, enabling easy access to the information and independent travel arrangements. And the manual confirmation process for travel reservation often via phone, like through emails, can delete. So, despite presenting both opportunities and threats, may travel the companies, including the leverages the internet for the communication and promotions. And next is about this the architecture diagram of our system. And this implementation of this Google Map architecture involves several key components and technologies to deliver a seamless mapping experiences. So, user interface layer is the foundation of the Google Map, and where the maps are displayed through web browsers or through any mobile applications. And this layer will utilize the technologies like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript and an interactive interface for the user. And the client-side application here it is developed using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. This application manages the user interactions and communicate with the server-side applications. Server-side application is will manage the interactions with the database and the external services. And also it offers API that allow client applications to request and update the map data. Your map rendering involves a tile server that is providing a pre-rendered map tiles to the client and a map rendering engine on the client side processing and displaying these tiles. And geocoding and search services will convert these addresses into geographic coordinates and enable location-based searches. Routing and navigation is done using routing engine that calculate the optimal route searches, considering factors like traffic, navigation services that offers turn-by-turn direction. Data storage is essential for storing both the map data, that is geographic information, and user data, that is saved locations and preferences. External services such as traffic information and street view contribute to the enhancing map richness. And authentications and security measures such as it ensures the secure access to the user specific data, utilizing encryption for data transmission. And the scalability and the performance optimization of this app will be architecturally liking incorporate distributed system, load balancing and catching mechanisms, optimization for the performance. And it is important to know that the specifics of the Google Map architecture, the proprietary and this overview is simplified representation based on the general principles of mapping system. So the final result of our app is revolutionize the travel planning and reservation for enhanced convenience and provides a comprehensive user-centric solution covering accommodation transport tools tailored for diverse travelers, including the leisure seekers, professionals, families, and personalized recommendations, accessible via web or mobile platform for convenient reservations from any locations, and also the simplified reservation process like it relieves logistical hassles and allow travelers to focus creating and enduring memories. It enhances the overall traveler experience by streamlining processes and providing a personal services. These are the some of the screenshots of my app. That is, this is a sign-in page. That is a register page.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Your 8 minutes are almost done. So please conclude.
Okay, ma'am. And this is the signing page where your username and password has to be entered. And this is the home page where user had to enter their inputs. That is original destination. So it will point out the where you have to go. And this is the working page. So I conclude by saying that using these apps help the user to navigate to their goals easily, and apps provide the users with the best way to achieve their goal. So most of the people without using this latest technology waste a lot of time just planning their trips. So an application like optimized travel planners really help the tourists to utilize their precious time to the fullest and they also enjoy the trip at the same time. So for this app, the future capabilities of this app may sending the messages from the hospitals, restaurants, etc. And where the user pass through a particular locations, including receiving the notification. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Very nice. In your app, are there any feature or functionalities to accommodate, suppose, last minute changes or any cancellations for the travelers? Are such features or functionalities are provided?
Yes, ma'am. You can cancel at the last time also. We are having that.
Okay. And when the travelers enter their data, okay, then how is personal data and payment information secured within your app to ensure the privacy and prevent fraud? Any security
Ma'am,
measure provided there?
yeah. Ma'am, we are using Firebase as a database. So data will be very secured. So secure and privacy, Firebase. So there is no issues like that.
How can we how you ensure the privacy and prevent fraud? Any specific method or any specific software or any specific framework have you used in your app?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I am one of her group mate. Can I continue regarding the Viva?
Sorry.
I am one of her group member. Can I continue with the question?
Sure, Merin. Yes, yes.
So, myself, Mohammed Farhan. So actually, we are using database for Firebase as the database, and Firebase is providing a secure, is ensuring security. So there is no issues regarding the safety and all. And also, we are planning to include the firewall system, so there will be no issues regarding the safety and all.
Okay, great.
Thank
All
you,
the
ma'am.
best for this
Thank you,
project.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. So we are having Ranjani now. Are you ready with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am, I am ready.
Okay, please share the screen and start the presentation.
Okay.
Is the screen visible?
Visible, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Shall I start present, ma'am?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, sorry for the inconvenience I made. Myself, Mrs. R. Ranjani, research scholar under the guidance of Dr. S. Suguna, Sri Meenakshi Government Arts and Science College, Madurai, in Tamil Nadu, India. And my title is Empirical Machine Learning Algorithm for Diabetic Prediction. And this is the general outline of my presentation. Adopting healthy behaviors, especially when initiated early in life, alter the risk of obesity and its related complications by steering away from a path leading to a lifelong chronic diseases like diabetes. Diabetes encompasses a set of metabolic conditions marked by elevated blood sugar levels. The origin of diabetes may stem from inadequate insulin production by the pancreas or insulin resistance where cells fail to respond to insulin. The progress in technology within the contemporary healthcare industry has led to numerous advancements in predicting diseases. Diabetes mellitus is a condition that is on the rise across various age groups. With elevated blood glucose levels, as it caused diabetes, now benefits from cutting-edge devices designed to detect it through blood samples. Failure to detect diabetes in its early stages can lead to severe complications such as heart attacks and kidney diseases. And my paper aims to enhance the diagnosis of diabetes by predicting blood glucose levels in advance. While various methodologies exist for classifying diabetes disease, our chosen approach utilizes the machine learning algorithm for classification and prediction based on selected features. The use of naive-Bayes ID3, J48, SVM, 0R, and random forest is particularly advantageous due to its accuracy and cost effectiveness, aligning with the goal of providing a more accessible diagnosis of diabetes. In my proposed method, wrapper method is employed for feature extraction. Experimental evaluations focus on key metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. The results highlight the feasibility of adopting our proposed scheme for diabetes diagnosis particularly. And the research gap limitations we have found so far in our survey papers are they have used smaller data sets. They are limited in properties for identifying diabetic patients and difficult to handle unstructured data. And my research objective is to assess the viability of predicting diabetes in test data samples using the machine learning algorithm. To extract and analyze the features using wrapper method, which comes under greedy stepwise method for diabetic prediction within the data set of test values. Using an empirical machine learning model comprising of naive-Bayes ID3J48 SVM is 0R and a random forest classifier, we train the system for predicting the condition of diabetic patients. In our proposed work, it concentrates on predicting diabetes using the Kaggle dataset. Wrapper method is employed to extract features, and a meticulous pre-processing approach is implemented to ensure data quality. The classification of the dataset is carried out using naive-Bayes ID3J48 SVM 0R and random forest classifier. The proposed model's workflow is depicted, outlining the crucial phases such as electronic health record acquisition, feature extraction, pre-processing to handle missing values, and normalization of features and the classification phase involving empirical machine learning models for prediction. Identifying the research gaps and limitations from the background study, the primary gap is identified in the acquisition of an insufficient data set and the potential introduction of noise, leading to mislabeling and complicating decision making in clinical environment. And this is our proposed workflow chart. Here we have shown the data acquisition as the first step, and the next step we are doing pre-processing. In that discretized first, then the missing values are removed and the noisy data are removed using bin mean algorithm. Then the feature extraction is done using the wrapper method, which comes under greedy stepwise method. And we do the normalization using min-max method. Then we split the data into training and test data. Next is the proposed algorithm architecture. Next, the algorithm implementation. The best fit model to predict diabetes in its yearly was found by comparing the performances of 6 machine learning algorithms, as we said earlier. And it is numeric cleaner filter is used to identify the missing values. and the mean numeric distribution is used to impute the values. The bin mean method is the main rule for the noisy data. The wrapper subset eval algorithm extracts the features and select the greedy stepwise approach. This paper used the min-max normalizing feature reprocessing step in each suggested model to improve accuracy, normalization, and a helpful tactic for increasing machine learning models accuracy, and is necessary for some models to function correctly. By compressing the data to a domain, the min-max normalization strategy in the proposed model enhance the quality of the model.
Can we move to the conclusion? We are actually running out of time.
Next.
Can we please move to the conclusion? Actually, we are running out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And these are the results and discussion, the performance metrics of all the 6 methods. Next. Next. This is the comparison study. Using the existing data, the same data set from Kaggle, we get the accuracy 93%. In our proposed system, we get 93%. And in the conclusion, the creator model holds the potential to enhance clinical decision making for diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. Acknowledging the current system, low accuracy, our vision is to develop a more robust and reliable model in the future. Such advancements have the capacity to make a substantial impact on the diagnosis and management of type 2 diabetes, leading to improved healthcare practices. Thank you. And that's all my presentation. These are the references being made for the survey.
Okay, ma'am. Nice presentation. Ma'am, my question is, suppose there is overfitting problem. Okay. So to mitigate the overfitting problem, what regularization techniques you are using here in your project?
For that only, we are extracting only selected attributes, which gives us the accuracy, ma'am. We use normalization for removing this overfittings.
And suppose there is high dimensional data, and suppose there is problem of multicollinearity among the predictor variable, then how you will handle, how your algorithm will handle?
Yes, ma'am. We are focusing on those things for better accuracy, ma'am. Now only we have started this.
Okay. Yeah, you are at
take into
initial
your
level.
suggestions. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no issues, no issues.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next paper. And the next paper we have is skin lesion segmentation using UNIT. And this will be presented by Vasu Kiran VL.
Hello, ma'am. My teammate Aditya is going to present the presentation. Later on, I'll join.
Okay.
Sorry.
Supposed to share the screen. I'm not able to share it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it's
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So our topic is skin lesion segmentation using UNET. So in dermatology, skin lesion refers to any abnormality or changes in the skin's appearance or texture Now, skin lesion can manifest in various forms, colors, and texture as well, and they can be caused by wide range of factors, including infections, inflammations, trauma, genetic conditions, etc. So, our main goal here is to, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. So the project aims to automate the process of identifying and delineating skin lesions in images, which can assist the dermatologist and medical professional in diagnosing, monitoring any skin conditions. Now, the data set that we used was ICIC data set, ICIC 2018 data set, and the data set consisted of around 10,000 dermoscopic images, which were taken from microscope. They are all the skin lesion images, and the images were captured using dermoscopy. So it provided very detailed view of the skin lesions as well. The size of the data set is around 14 GB. The data set here is also split into training, testing, and validation for the algorithm development and evaluation as well. Ground truth is also provided, which includes boundaries as well. And this data set was obtained in Kaggle. And the algorithm that we used for segmentation was unit architecture. Now, why unit architecture? Because it is very helpful in image segmentation. The architecture of unit is as follows. It consists of encoder layer, a bottleneck or a bridge layer, and as well as a decoder layer. In the encoder layer, the input image is passed through a series of convolutional layer followed by a downsampling operation. This part of the network is called as the encoder because it compresses the input image into a lower dimensionality, which only captures the important features. After this, there's a bridge layer. After several downsampling operations, the network reaches to a bottleneck layer where the spatial resolution of the features is significantly reduced. So if there suppose if there are no bridge layers or bottleneck layer, there will be a loss of semantic information. So that is why we always use bridge layer. And after this, we have a decoder layer. The expanding path is really necessary for this because it consists of a series of upsampling operation. The purpose of this is to reconstruct the original resolution of the input image to the original thing. So, and then there's the output layer. The final output layer is the unit layer, which typically consists of convolutional layer with a softmax activation function. And the output layer produces a segmentation map where each pixel of the input image is assigned to a label correspondingly. And now my teammate Vasukiran will continue with the presentation.
Yeah, coming to the data preparation. So this is the methodology which we used. So coming to the data preparation, we got charts of the images and their corresponding masks. And then in the pre-processing step, we took all the images and the masks of the same size, and the values in the images and marks are in the standard range. And then next step is the model training. We created a special type of neural network called UNIT for our task. So we used ADAM optimizer and binary cross entropy loss, and then we also use some tricks to help it learn better, like saving its progress, adjusting its learning rate, and stopping early if not learning anymore. So next, in the testing and evaluation method, we used a trained model to predict masks for new images and compared these predicted masks to the real masks to see how well our model performed. So next slide. Yeah. So in the training and evaluation, now data preparation imports necessary libraries. Then the model building, we construct a special type of model called unit and using a pre-made function. And this model is set up to learn using a method called binary cross entropy and optimized using ADA. And then in the training configuration, we set up rules for training. These include saving the best version of the model and adjusting how fast the model learns. So next in the model training, we actually train the model here. We show it lots of examples for our training data, letting it learn from its mistakes. We repeat this process for a set of times that is called a box and checking its progress on a separate set of validation data. So next,
Could you please move to the conclusion? We are actually short of time.
yeah, sure. So in the results, this is how our results look like. These are the segmented images of the skin lesions. Conclusion. So this is the Excel sheet which shows all the accuracy effects for all the measures. Next slide. So we applied CNN to ICIC 2018 dataset so that we can classify the images as malignant, malignant or benign. So malignant is cancerous and non-cancerous. And then, these were the challenges which we encountered like during data pre-processing training time because our data set was very large. And then learning. So real life implementation is in medical image segmentation, autonomous driving, and agriculture. So concluding, UNIT is like a smart tool used to spot and outline important areas in medical images, like skin lesions in photographs. Its specially designs, its special design which we have designed helps it to pick our details accurately and create clear boundaries around these areas. This technology is really helpful for doctors because it can catch skin diseases early on and helping them plan treatments and keep an eye on how these spots change over time. Thank you so much.
Any questions?
Ma'am, continue with the next presentation.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next presentation. And the next paper we have is Unlocking Professional Potential and Advanced AI Career Counseling System for Informed Career Decisions. And this is presented by Rohin Ambati. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes. Okay, firstly, welcome and a very good afternoon to the respected panel and my fellow co-presenters. I am Rohin and my topic for today is Unlocking Professional Potential, an advanced AI career counseling system for informed career decisions. Abstract. Our website offers a comprehensive platform for students considering academic scores, personality, knowledge, intelligence, and skills for personalized career recommendations. The project seeks to enhance career guidance by implementing machine learning algorithms for accuracy. Our system allows users to save results, access testimonials, articles, and provides a feedback mechanism for continuous improvement. The innovative system aims to benefit future generations of students by addressing the limitations of the current career guidance system. Objectives: to develop a counseling system that can recommend careers to students based on their skills, interests, values, and also help students identify their core strengths and weaknesses. It can also be useful in enhancing their skills and knowledge and simultaneously prepare them for the job market. The most notable feature of our system is that it can connect students with other mentors and career counselors. Literature review. So we did a vast research and we mentioned mainly three literature review findings because in terms of the latest date of publication. So the key findings from this literature review paper was that career counselors express feelings of care about their students, worries about their work routine, doubts whether everything was done correctly and smoothly or not. And we used this research paper for developing the front end and back end of our project, mainly for the web development purposes. And we referred this research paper for the chatbot part. The problem definition of our topic is traditional career counseling services can be expensive and time consuming, and they may not be accessible to all students. Students may not know where to start and when choosing a career path. Students may be unaware of all the different career options that are available to them, and they may also not possess the skills and knowledge they need to be successful in their chosen domain. Scope. The purpose of our application is to consider all factors for guiding students after 10th, 12th grade and graduation in choosing career by measuring their interest through accurate personality test or psychometric test to be more precise, to make them aware about various career opportunities, to provide them information about various exams to pursue their career goals. Technology stack. For front-end, we use Python, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Flask. For backend, MySQL and PHP MyAdmin was developed. Artificial intelligence, we chose to integrate AI with the help of chatbot, and libraries imported were TensorFlow, NumPy, Streamlit, Pandas, and the algorithms used for deep neural networks. Algorithms and so here coming to the technicalities of the project, the training dataset code had intents.json file which contains the predefined intents, patterns, and responses. So we referred to many of the datasets like around 10,000 to 15,000 values, and the major contributing factor was the one which we acquired from the survey done by China, and benefits for environment and society. By guiding individuals towards suitable career paths, career counseling systems can help reduce unemployment and underemployment rates, leading to greater economic stability and societal well-being. By encouraging individuals to pursue careers in emerging fields and innovative industries, career counseling systems can contribute to fostering innovation and driving economic growth, which ultimately benefits society as a whole. Project design. The dataset, trained dataset, chatbot, and student. Proposed system. The system involves two different user sides, namely the student module and the admin module. All user sides are connected through web applications that are developed using modern web technologies such as HTML5, CSS3, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. The users interact with the website through the internet, which is hosted on a server PHP that interacts with a database for storing user details. This is the use case diagram. Like the user can create profile, and then he can select the standard like 10th, 12th, or graduation, and then the user can go for the psychometric test, and then the results of the test is displayed through data visualization tools like a pie chart or a bar graph. And then the student can also schedule online meeting with a few career counselors or mentors. All these tests are all these tests can be scheduled, and they can be cancelled only with the help of
When
admin
could you
token.
please move to the conclusion?
Yes, yes, sure. So this is the use case diagram, and then yeah, these are a few of the screenshots of our project. It also contains code snippets and the data sets included. Okay, conclusion and future scope. So, personalized assistance. Our software prioritizes authentic and personalized guidance for business decisions, addressing traditional website limitations. User-centric approach. Focused on individual needs, our system emphasizes user recommendations based on skills, interests, and knowledge, offering a comprehensive and free solution. Commitment to accuracy and functionality. We had achieved 93 to 95% of accuracy. User-friendly interface. Our interface is quite robust and pretty easy to navigate, bridging existing gaps. Our software technique strategically bridges gaps in available platforms. Contribution to personal development. By empowering individuals to make informed decisions, our efforts significantly contribute to personal employment development and success. Last but not the least, the future scope. increase user engagement, integrating gamification elements like points, badges, and leaderboards into career counseling programs can significantly boost user motivation and participation. Because most of the students and users are visual learners, so gamification and simulation can really help them navigate their interests and identify their skills. And also, we can integrate virtual reality into our project as part of future scope. These are the references. Thank you all for a patient hearing. Yeah.
Any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am. A nice presentation.
Thank you.
Any further session presentation?
Okay, so we have come to the end. So I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 8th version and all previous 7 versions of this conference. We will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2025. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTIS 2024. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Rupali, for chairing the session, and a token of appreciation to her. Thank you for your presence.
Thank you so much.
Now I request all the participants to please turn on the camera so that we can take a quick snapshot. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much.